Be beautiful. Hey guys, Donna here at Hazelbell Farm. Walking into the garden. I'm actually having a kitchen day today. We have been go, 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 go for the last 2 weeks. For about 2 weeks. That's all we did. When we were at home, we were literally running, putting stuff away. Oh my. I don't know how this happened, but look at this zucchini. Okay. So I wasn't planning on doing a garden video. I'm actually just grabbing some green beans. I know that I picked green beans a few days ago, and I know I have more to grab before they get too big. And since I'm having a kitchen day, I thought I'd come out and just get this handful of extras. And I guess I'm gonna have to look around a little closer. We were so busy, so busy. I'll tell you. Oh my gosh. Look at this guy. All right, well, look, I've got some red strawberries. You are mine. Beautiful. I've got squash to pick too. I see a squash bag in there. Guess I need to get in here. Dried up flour. Look how big that zucchini is. That's ridiculous. So I don't know if you can see the sky behind me, but we are expecting a line of storms to come in soon. And it's been extremely hot. Today is cooler, actually, in just the mid 80s, so it's a nice little reprieve. And like I said, we've been going. We spent a couple of weeks of doing some pretty laborious, physically demanding things with getting our home ready for a big party last weekend. We were paying for it this week. Our bodies hurt physically. We slept and slept and slept and slept. And so now that we are rested and seemingly recovered, we're trying to catch up from the things that didn't happen. So I've got some green beans to pick here in this row. I've got some milk to take care of. I'll show you that too. Y'all, I found something else. It's my first okra. I love fresh okra. We all love fresh okra here. I don't have a pair of clippers. So I didn't come out here with plans to harvest anything, so I didn't bring my clippers, but you can see how the end of this is kind of got chewed up when I picked it off. When you cut okra, you want to make sure you cut it to get a clean cut, otherwise you'll end up tearing up the plant. And you also want to make sure you get them before they get too hard. So if I would have waited until tomorrow for this guy, it would have been woody and not very good, but this is perfect and you can eat them fresh. So good. I'll go ahead and get this little guy. It's small, but I can tell it's ready. So you can kind of push on the skin with your fingernail, and as long as you can still push on it and it's tender, that's good. If you get over here and it starts to get a little harder, you need to go ahead and pick it before it gets too hard. So that's not a bad little find. Kind of unexpected harvest. Take this big old baby in. This is my milk room. Okay, my milk fridge. So this is our fresh raw milk. We do sell. I try to sell the freshest possible, but something happened with my dates got out of order. So I have some older stuff too, but I need to make some cheese and yogurt, so that's okay. I'm gonna get these green beans soaking while I work on milk. So to start, I like to soak them in just some cold water with a splash of vinegar. Do most of my vegetables and fruits this way before we get them canned. I'm gonna get some milk heated up for yogurt. I do have a video on how to make your own yogurt, so I'll link that in here and get that milk warming up. So our milk is raw and it's been sitting. The cream separates out. So you can see right here's the cream line. See if that's better. So this up top is heavy cream, and then this is milk. If I were to skim this cream off, then that would give me skimmed milk. Now the skim milk that you purchase in the grocery store is a lot less fat than even if I were to skim all this cream off the top. There's still gonna be some fat left that hasn't separated out. And if I were to let that sit out, you'd see that it would rise again. So yeah, just a little tidbit on skim milk. So this is my mom's kitchen cookbook. Mom being me, I'm the mom, not my mom's. But it's just a blank notebook, and I use it to jot down recipes as I come up with them, as I try them, as I attempt something I found online somewhere and tweak it to my liking. Once I find, I used to only write in here what I love. And so like once I had perfected this sweet cornbread, I wrote it all down here. And then sometimes I kind of scratch through what didn't work and make changes. So this is my buttermilk biscuits recipe. So yeah, I have a recipe in here for mozzarella cheese. And in the front, I keep a table of contents because the recipes are in no particular order. And so I can look for mozzarella cheese. It's on page 23, and I just number the pages as I add to my book. So there you go, there's my mozzarella cheese. So this is funny because this is going to be yogurt, and I've never had this happen with our Holstein's milk. I have had it happen with the Brown Swiss milk. But it looks like the butter fat is still separating out. So it looks like butter floating on top. How weird. See all that? So I'll just make sure to keep stirring it as we go. You know, it's easy to get carried away with the pressures of time. And that's pretty much what happened to us. We had a deadline of repairing things before people showed up at our house. This house is new to us. This farm is new to us, I should say. We just moved here a year ago, and there was a lot that we needed to do outside with the fences and animal pens, and wanted to get gardens going and that kind of thing that were necessary to happen, whereas the house things took a back seat. And so what that meant was when we realized that we invited 75 people over to celebrate our oldest son's graduation, we started to panic a little bit and had to quickly get on the ball of repairs, paint, you know, just the things that don't normally bother us. We don't spend a lot of time in our house. We spend a lot of time outside on the farm or in the woods hunting. And so those aren't things that particularly bothered us, but we did recognize the need to make certain repairs. So while everything was not perfect, we were able to get a lot done, but like I said, we were up against that deadline. Okay, it's later. I canned my green beans. We're back down to 0 on the pressure gauge. I let this sit for quite a while. Actually, we ran an errand, so it's been sitting for a while. All right. The jars did siphon a little bit. So you can see where the water level has dropped down, so they siphoned out some. That's okay. Worst case scenario is that the part that is not covered with water might get a little discoloration sitting on the shelf as it ages. We'll use these up before they go bad or before they discolor. Discoloration doesn't mean they're bad either. It's just not always appealing to the eye. So we grow green beans in spring and fall here. We actually do better in the fall than we do in spring usually. So this is good. This is 6 quarts to put on the shelf. If we eat green beans twice a week, that gives us 3 weeks. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. So we're still growing them too. Aren't they beautiful? Hey y'all, so I brought that whey out here off of my cheese and I've diluted it about 2 to 1 with water. 2 parts water, 1 part whey. And I'm going to put it in some places around the garden. Now, anytime I do something like this, so like the milk is different. It's always different. Just like I said, the cheese is different. The butter is always different depending on so many variables. So I don't know the pH of this whey. I don't want to lose my whole garden. So I'm going to put it here and there, and I'm getting ready to put it on this box of strawberries. These are young plants. I'm not gonna put it on all of the strawberries. So we'll just kind of wait and see what happens. All right, here we go. Let's figure out where we're gonna put it. All right, so that's about 1/4 of the box for the strawberries. So I think that'll do. So a little bit on the strawberries here, just on this end, so I can compare that to the rest of the box and kind of take note of what looks good or what doesn't look good. I'm gonna water it in a little bit as well. We did get some good rain here today. I also put some on about half of this box. This box has an eggplant, some old carrots, a couple of okras, and some cucumbers. There's a squash over there too, so we'll see. And then I just threw it on this bed so you can kind of see where I just splashed it around in the empty spaces. Not necessarily around the base of plants on purpose, just in the bed. I'm going to show you guys this one box and then I'm going to sign off here for the day. I have to pick blackberries again. What a great problem to have. If my garden could be entirely like this one box, I would be a happy girl. I love the variety that this box has, and I just kind of wanted to show it to you. Everything in here is doing well. I don't have pest pressure on anything that I can tell. I mean, there's pests obviously in every garden, on every plant in some way, shape, or form, but nothing's taking out the plant. So I want to show it to you. So starting with this sunflower. So the sunflower is, you can see how high the sunflower is here. About face level. I see a spider in the top. So that's cool. So this sunflower, and I can actually see on the underside of this leaf, I see there's some eggs under there. Oh yeah, that's gonna be squash bug eggs. When we see those, we just squish them. I should probably check the rest of the leaves. So see, I told you there's gonna be some pest pressure, but nothing's getting lost to pest here. There you go. I have a yellow squash plant. There's another squash I should probably pick. I don't think I'll wait till tomorrow. I have a flower just for the sake of having blue flowers. I have that pineapple. I have 2 Everglades tomato plants there, the flowering. I have this gorgeous zucchini plant that let's see, this is not the one I picked the giant baseball bat size zucchini off of this morning, but it is big, and you can see if you're looking to plant zucchini, you can see how much space it needs. This is a 4x8 box, and it takes up the entire center of the box. This is an okra, so this guy will sprout up. Looks like a red okra. So that'll be from seed that I saved from plants last year. I don't know what this is. This is an herb, and I can't remember what I planted here. It smells sweet. What is that? Oh, it smells so good. Oh, you know what I think this is? This is some kind of a basil. I think is it Tulsi? It is. It is. It's holy basil. I'm going to have to pick some to make a tea like tonight. I have this gorgeous big Black Beauty eggplant. It's got flowers all over it. It's got a fruit here. It's starting to fruit there. So that's cool. I have a lavender plant here. There's actually some dried lavender I could pick off and use. Oh man, that smells so good too. I have a parsley. We use a lot of parsley in our ranch dressing mix. A zinnia, just for the sake of having a zinnia flower. And a cauliflower at the end of May in zone 9A. So you can see this box is just full of diversity. So I love having all the different things sprinkled throughout. So that's what I'm working towards with most of my garden. Obviously that's difficult to do. Places like right here where I've got these noodle beans growing up, I mean, they need a trellis. I'm not gonna plant one bean here, one bean there. So, hey. So I'm doing my best, striving for that biodiversity within every bed, including the in-ground beds down that way. I'm working towards that. And if I had one piece of advice to give to the new gardener, it would be to build good, healthy soil. Do that through diversity, whether it be whatever you're feeding your soil with, between compost, manures, whey, blood meal, anything like that, to the plants, diversity in plants. So keeping that as variable as possible, I think is a good thing. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm gonna sign off. I have lots to do and lots to edit, and maybe we can get a full garden tour soon. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you. Bye.